Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Latricia Nicole. If you're not new here, welcome back. If you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that you can get more videos like these. And we also sprinkle in a few vlogs here and there. So in today's video, I'm giving you 5 game-changing tips for a healthier, more productive new year. And these are not tips that I'm just giving. These are tips that we are going to implement together for a healthier new year, because new year, new me. I'm just joking. But these are tips that I'm actually implementing in my own life, and I just decided to share with you guys. So this is going to be very short, but just a little background. So at the end of last year, I went to the doctor because I noticed that I had drastically gained weight. I had to do like a wellness exam for my job, and when I went to the wellness exam, I stepped on a scale and I was surprised. So and I went back and compared it to my last visit in my chart, that in a 5-month period I had gained about 20 pounds. So that prompted me to go back to my primary care provider. He ran some tests. All of my testing came back normal. I do have a history of PCOS, so that was already there. So of course there was some hormonal issues, but he also wanted to check to see if I had sleep apnea. So right before the new year, I actually got the testing back for that, and I have mild to moderate sleep apnea. One of the recommendations was that I needed to lose weight. It was a harsh truth, but it was a truth nonetheless. And so that prompted me to realize that I needed to make some changes in my life. And I discussed it in the last video. If you haven't already done so, go back and watch the video where I discussed what happened to me when God called me to do a 3-day fast. In that video, one of the things that I revealed is that God showed me that I lacked discipline. I lacked discipline when it came to my finances, and I lacked discipline when it came to food as well. I have already started to implement some of these things at the beginning of the year. I mean, we are only on day 3. Yeah, today is the 3rd. So I'll tell you some of the things that I have done in this video. So let's get started. So the first tip is start your day with a morning routine. One of the things that I realized is that if I don't have a routine, or if I'm ill prepared for the morning, then that kind of sets the tone for my entire day. I don't know if anybody else can relate, but if I have a bad day, I'm not going to eat healthy. I'm not going to cook. We are definitely going to grab something from the local fast food place. And it just sets the tone for the day not to go as smooth as it can be. So I have started implementing a healthier routine. Now, one of the things I will be honest about is I haven't been able to give it a real go because the older kids are not in school. So starting next week, we will start that, but I have been able to wake up earlier while they're out of school. But of course, we need to put all of the pieces together, honey. Important. I will tell you, in the days that I have started with a morning routine while they are out, I have been so productive at work. Like, once I get the baby off for the day, the older kids are situated already, and I'm starting like an earlier morning, I have a routine. My productivity at work has skyrocketed. So I do know that it works, but we are just working on implementing all of the pieces of the puzzle together. The second tip is prioritizing nutrition and hydration. So I know that there's a lot of flack around people that have Stanley Cups, because the Stanley Cups do cost a lot. I did get my first Stanley for Christmas. Shout out to my mom and daddy. But prior to me having my Stanley Cup, I had a Hydro Jug, I believe is the brand. I think that's the brand. I'll put it right here. But I got it from TJ Maxx. It was like less than 15 bucks. And it was a 40 ounce. It was a 40 ounce cup, and it actually helped me increase my water intake drastically. I just can't successfully drink bottled water, and I know that sounds so childish, but I have been more successful with drinking water if I am pouring my water over ice into my 40 ounce cup, and I know they come in 30 ounces as well, but it helps me drink more water, because once I'm at the end of the water, I'm sipping throughout the day when I'm sitting at my desk. When I'm at the end, I just go and refill it. The other part of that is prioritizing nutrition, and I failed horribly at this prior to me realizing I need to make a change. I have bad snacking habits. I always want something sweet. Once again, I know that some of those things are hormonal, so I definitely will recommend, if you haven't already done so, to check with your primary care provider, just to kind of have them like do lab work, just to make sure that there are not any underlying issues going on. So as you can see in one of my shorts that I posted, I recently went to Aldi. I love their produce because it's always like really fresh, but I also made sure that I got things that I was going to be able to snack on throughout the day that wasn't as unhealthy. Now I will be honest and transparent, everything that I got was not really healthy. I do have a follow-up with my doctor. I am also getting ready to see a nutritionist, so once I do that, I'll be able to really implement like a real plan when it comes to my nutrition. But obviously some things I knew, girl, no, we're not getting cupcakes from Walmart. Like, no, we're not going to the local grocery store, to the bakery section, and getting a dozen of cupcakes just because we want to. Okay, so some of those things I didn't need to go to a nutritionist for. I didn't need to go back to the doctor for a follow-up for. I just knew I needed to do better. The other thing when it comes to my nutrition is, y'all know I'm a coffee girly. If you watch any of my shorts, if you have seen any of my previous videos, you know that I love me a good coffee. Well, I recently got rid of all of my coffee syrups, and I am replacing those with sugar-free syrups, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not at the point right now where I am going to give up on coffee altogether, and I know I need to. I have recently ordered Nespresso has like the half decaf, half caffeinated coffee pod, so it does reduce the amount of caffeine I'm getting a day. But I'm not to the point where I'm just being honest, I'm not to the point where I want to completely cut out my coffee. So the syrups and the sauces that I put in my coffee, the least that I can do is go and get the sugar-free version. So that actually leads me to my next tip: creating realistic goals. For me, I refuse to say that I'm going on a diet. I have done the keto diet before. I was very successful, but that takes a lot of discipline, a lot of commitment that right now, if I'm being honest, it's just not realistic for me. I feel like what's gonna work for me is I have to take baby steps. I have to be realistic with myself. I know that I cannot go from eating horribly to tomorrow I am doing 21 grams of carbs a day. Like, that's just not realistic for me. So I think the way that you are going to be more successful is you have to sit down and be realistic with yourself. It is easy to get caught up on social media and see all of these gurus tell you what you should do, throw this away, do this, and I think at some point you can work your way up to those things that are healthier, but be realistic with where you are starting from. I really feel like that is the only way that we are really going to be successful with our goals. Be realistic. Be realistic with your morning routine. Everybody is not a 5 a.m. girly. I'm not a 5 a.m. girly. Even when the kids are going to school, I am not a 5 a.m. girly. I am a 6 o'clock girly. I can do 6 o'clock. I can be productive with 6 o'clock. That still gives me time to do things quietly by myself before the kids wake up. Then a lot of kids to get up, get them ready. So I know that everything looks good and aesthetically pleasing sometimes, but do what's realistic for you. The fourth tip is commit to regular movement. I'll tell you where I started. I had a gym membership. I was paying like 80 bucks a month for the gym membership. It was a gym membership for not just me, but for me and my family. My teenagers loved going to the gym with me. I stopped going, I'm gonna be honest with you. So I am all about saving a coin. Because I knew that I wasn't consistently using that gym membership, I canceled it. I was constantly telling my family, my husband, my kids, like, I just don't feel comfortable. I've gained so much weight. I'm out of breath all the time. I can't go up and down the stairs. And so my kids were like, we need to go back to the gym. Like, let's go back to the gym. So I told my son, financially, it has to make sense to me. So I'm not going back to the gym until I can commit to 5 days a week going walking for at least 30 minutes a day. So in the middle of me starting to implement my walking at the beginning of the year, the gym that we go to, they actually had a special where it was a $0 sign-up fee, and it just made sense to me at that time to go ahead and jump on that deal. Financially, it made sense to me. So I renewed my gym membership, and I have successfully been walking. What I do is because I work from home, I have a desk job. It is very easy for me to sit at my desk all day. I know that that has also contributed to my weight gain. So what I do is I'll take my breaks. I get 2 15-minute breaks and a 30-minute lunch break. So it just depends on what my work day looks like. I'll take my breaks and I will set my timer for 30 minutes and I will go walking around the block. I know that that is not feasible for everybody, I guess, depending on where you live. And I am making a realistic schedule. I am not going to be a 5 a.m. 6 a.m. gym girly. I'm just not. It doesn't work for my schedule. It does not work for me. I like to see other people do it online, but I can't do it. So I'm sitting down making a realistic schedule for myself of when I am going to be able to go to the gym and how often I am going to be able to go to the gym. What is going to motivate me is I have become really, really serious about being on a budget and not wasting my money. So I know when they are automatically drafting that money out of my account, even on the days when I don't want to go to the gym, girl, I'm going to the gym. In order for that to work for me though, I have to set a realistic expectation of how often I'm going to the gym and when I'm going to the gym. I am not going to be in the gym every day. Not at this point anyways. I don't know what the future holds. But right now, I'm not. I'm just going to be honest. I'm not. Make sure that you are implementing some type of movement in your day. I don't care if that means that you have to go up and down the steps at your apartment, if you have to walk around the parking lot of your apartment, if you have a backyard, if you need to just do steps in the backyard. Make sure that you're getting your steps in. Make sure that you're getting some movement into your day. Since I have started back walking, I will tell you that I have noticed that I sleep a whole lot better. And then the fifth and final tip is eliminate distractions. I spoke on this a little bit in my video about the fast. One of the things that was revealed to me during the fast is that I had to create boundaries. Some of the issues with the lack of boundaries was that those people, places, or things were distracting me from the things that were important and the things that I should have been doing. That is prioritizing my relationship with God, eating the way that I need to eat, getting enough sleep. Those distractions were stopping me from doing all of those things. Now, obviously, I played a part in that, so I'm not going to say that the distractions was the only reason that I wasn't meeting my goals or doing the things that I needed to be doing, but the distractions were keeping me from even realizing that I had an issue, honestly. Because if you remember me saying in the video before about the fasting, was that the things that were distracting me was keeping me from what God was trying to show me. So do an inventory of your life. Figure out, what are you doing within a 24-hour period? Are all of the things contributing to your productivity, or are they distracting you from your productivity? Like I said, since that fast, I kid you not, my productivity at work has been crazy. The one thing that I contribute solely to that is that 3-day fast that God called me to do. Because in that 3-day fast, I was able to see that I needed boundaries with some people. I needed boundaries with some things. And those things were ultimately distracting me from the things that I needed to do. So those are all of the tips that I have for this video. I hope that this is a journey that we can all go on together. If you have some more tips that can help contribute to a healthier, more productive new year, drop them down in the comments and we can all go on this journey together. This is something that we can do together. I would love to build a community of people that are trying to be realistic, build realistic expectations for themselves, and work towards realistic goals that they've set for themselves. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Also, turn on the notifications so that you can be notified when I drop more videos like this and the occasional vlog. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.